Hello, today I'm going to be making a bird kite with you guys. So really fun, easy way to make a kite. Some things that you will need. You have an option here with the paper. You can either use 2 pieces of white paper, or if you have colored paper at home, maybe regular paper or you have construction paper, you can use 3 different colors for this project. So the green is going to be the body of my bird. The orange is going to be the beak, and then these blue little strips here, those are going to be the feathers for my bird. And with the blue strip, just to let you know, I just cut out a strip on the paper and then I cut it 2 times just to make it easier for me to do my feathers at the end of the project. And you also need a string, and it doesn't matter what type of string it is. Whatever string you have in the house, it could even be like a shoelace. Okay, so string, or maybe some ribbon, or like some very small ribbon, that would work as well. You could use a stapler if you do not have a stapler at home. That is totally fine because you can also use glue. I'm going to be using a glue stick as well, or you can use Elmer's glue. You'll just have to let it dry. And I'm going to use a Sharpie to draw on the eyes, but you can use a coloring crayon, you can use a marker, whatever you have at home. So we're going to start by folding our paper in half, and we don't want to do it hamburger style. We're going to do it we don't want to do it hot dog style. We want to do it hamburger style. So here I'm going to fold it in half. And now you see there's that line there. And then now I'm going to fold this end in right here. So if you can see, the pointy end is touching the fold part, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. I'm gonna fold it in. So now both of the pointy ends are just touching the folded part. And you'll see that there's some space here. Here, this is where I'm gonna use my stapler. I'm going to staple the bottom of this. So if you do have a stapler, have your parent help you with this part to staple this in. If you do not have a stapler, that is okay. You could glue these 2 pieces and then hold it and let it dry for a little while, okay? So here's this part. Ta-da! Now I'm gonna draw the eye of my bird. So I got my Sharpie pen. I'm gonna draw an eye here. A little dot. I'm gonna go on the other side and draw an eye here. Those don't look perfect, but that's okay because it is bird-ish. I taught my kids how we do ish work. It means it doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm gonna put this aside for right now. I'm going to cut out the beak. So the beak is just gonna be a triangle. Just a simple triangle shaped beak. And with my glue stick, I'm going to glue the long side of the beak here. Just this side. I'm going to glue the other side. Get some glue on my table, and that's okay. And then I'm going to put that inside. So in between the eyeballs, right inside there, you're going to slide it down, and then you're going to press it together. And now my bird has a beak. And now I'm gonna do the feathers. So the feathers, I found the easiest way to do the feathers is by doing these little rectangle squares and then just cutting and doing, like, kind of going in. So I cut and then I go to a point, okay? And then I flip it, cut it, and now I have this little point here. And then I do the other side the same way, kind of cut it inward. I guess is a better way to describe it. So there's one feather. And I'm going to do that 2 more times. You could do as many feathers as you would like. You do not have to do 3 feathers. For the purposes of time, I'm only going to do 3. And they don't have to be perfect, right? We don't have to have perfect feathers. They can be feather-ish. So that, see how these are not perfect. They're different shapes and sizes, and that's okay. I'm gonna do it on this side. Ta-da! Now I have 3 feathers. Oop, it's got stuck. Okay. Now I'm going to glue these 3 feathers together so they go like that, kind of like a fan, okay? Or it almost looks like a flower, right? Yeah, so let's glue these together. So I'm gonna glue one side and we're just gonna glue the ends together. There's that one. And there's that one. Good, so now I have my feathers for my bird. Now I get to glue it on the back of my bird so he has some feathers. So when you want to glue both sides on the bottom. I'm going to have a very sticky table after this, I'll tell you what. And that's the fun thing about art. Okay. It's making a mess, right? Okay, so now I've glued the feathers on the back of my bird. How cute is he? Okay, from here, this is where you're gonna need your mom or your dad to help you poke the hole. If you do not have a hole punch, I didn't have a hole punch. So I have to poke a hole with a pin or a pencil, and that is okay, but make sure that you have your mom and dad help you with this part. And the hole needs to go right on the other side of the staple. Okay, so not the one closest to the eyeball, on the other side here. And I'm just gonna go a little bit up, right about there, so not too far up. And I'm just gonna poke a hole, boop. And now I have a hole. Now I get to put my string in. Yay! And pretty easy, just gonna tie it off. And again, you might want your parents to help you with this part, tying it off if you're struggling with it. And I'm gonna double knot it, so I'll make sure it's secure. And then we are ready for our bird kite to fly. Go.